I want to welcome you to Calculus Online, Calculus 1, Calculus 2, or Calculus 3. This information session will serve for all three of my calculus courses, sequence courses, information session. This is a syllabus guide. I wanted to go through the syllabus with you so that we're all on the same page. The syllabus has in the beginning a table of contents. The table of contents is very similar for Calculus 1, 2, and 3. Deviations of some of the page numbering, obviously. The Calculus 1, Calculus 2 table of contents, the pages are exactly the same. In Calculus 3, toward the end, around page 32, 33, we kind of go off a little bit, but the content is the same. So the first few pages, very basic instructor information, office hours. You'll find that on page 3. The course objectives and learning outcomes, page 4. Textbook information, technical requirements, pages 5 and 6. The grading plan and scale, page 7. Course topic outline, page 8. The test due dates on page 9. Testing instructions, introduction. The testing is very important since we're testing many of us at home, and so wanted to give an introduction to that, and then we kind of walk you through it. Page 11, the attendance, the first week attendance is most important. The requirements are listed there, and I will go over that in just a moment. Page 13, makeup policy, withdrawal, and disability information. Page 14, the math lab, how to get help. And there's another feature in Blackboard that I'm going to turn on, and I will send that information out to you. But I will have there'll be an icon on the left tab for tutoring. And it's a live tutorial chat where there's a math instructor. I don't know their times, but I do know that throughout the day, and I think through most of the evenings, somebody is there to answer your questions, and you can write on the screen and show your work, and they can also do the same thing. So that's a pretty neat feature that I just found out about that I'll share with you. So if you can't get in contact with me, you have somebody that you can get in contact with. The information for Webassign, we will use Webassign for you to do your online homework, quizzes, and exams. That will be the platform. And also other important course dates found on pages 14, 15. The homework, quizzes, and exams, which is in Webassign, that information and instructions start on page 15. A study guide for a student guide, for Webassign via Blackboard, how to activate Webassign, how to pay for it. Page 16, testing, first week requirements. Again, I'll try to go back over that, reiterate that twice because that's most important. We will use HonorLock for testing. We used before Respondus and didn't really like that, and so we're going to try HonorLock, and we have instructions for that, pages 17 to 24. Also within those pages, I believe, well, that's page 29 where they have instructions for how to pay for that. The HonorLock service for testing is $30. It's really good. It's way better than what we had before, and you pay a one-time fee of $30 to take all your exams for this course. I've talked with another student who used HonorLock for a different class in a previous semester, and she spoke very well of it and did not speak so well of the Respondus lockdown browser that we were using before. So we're going to try this out, and hopefully everything will work out well. Page 25, the password for at-home exams. Oh yeah, by the way, HonorLock works for those students who are testing in the testing center. You won't have to pay for HonorLock if you're testing on campus, on this campus. As a matter of fact, if you test at even another testing center, the service for Honor will be free. So if you're a student at Alabama or Auburn or wherever, and you're taking this course, you can use your institution's testing facility for free, and then also Honor will be free as well. We start with general testing instructions, pages 25 to 27, page 28, testing instructions for students who are testing at home, and then page 29, how to pay for Honor page 31, testing instructions for students who are on campus using the testing center, page 32, policy on academic integrity, and then the last pages deal with the formulas that I allow for certain exams. Well, let's look at some of the content here in the syllabus. This is on page 9, testing instructions there that's given. You can read that. I give just some very standard information for testing, and then also homework. On the homework assignments, there should be unlimited takes on that. You want to be very careful with the assignments that are marked tutorials. Even in those problems, it says in the beginning that if you're working a tutorial, you cannot skip, cannot go back, and you can't edit. So the tutorial problems are set up where once you start that, you can't redo it. All the other problems you can redo as many times as you want. For the quizzes, you have 2 attempts. The exams, just like a regular exam in the classroom, you only have 1 attempt on the exams. There are 6 exams for the course, and then the final exam. For the exams, I will drop the lowest of one of the first 5 exams. So of the first 5 exams, I drop that lowest score. I will not drop the 6th exam. You must take that. If you don't take the 6th exam and you skip that and take the final, you will still get an incomplete for the course because that exam must be taken. You can't use any notes, textbooks, or any other helps other than a formula sheet that I have specified for whatever particular exam. On the exams, you can use a regular scientific calculator. You cannot use graphing calculators for testing purposes. Typically, the exam's about an hour and a half. Some may be like an hour and 45 minutes. If I deem certain exams to be a little bit longer, I do give you more time. The final exam, 2 hours. It may be more than that. And the students who are testing at home, those exams are timed. The students who test in the testing center, those exams are not timed. Testing off campus, I have some instructions in the syllabus, but students are required to have a working webcam for testing, obviously, because you would have to record yourself using your webcam. All exams must be accessed through Blackboard. Webassign exams tab that will say Honor Lock. You must click there to take your exams. There's like I said before, a $30 one-time charge per semester to use Honor Lock. If you're testing the testing center, you don't have to pay for it. The exams are not copies of the sample exam. The exams are not the same as the quizzes. Some of the test problems will be different on the exam compared to the problems that you have seen in the homework or the quizzes. Same concept. All exam problems are based on the concepts that we discuss in this course. I will provide lectures, videos, and in my talks and the problems that I work out, and you have PDFs of access to those. Work along with me and rework those problems. So those problems and the concepts will come up again for testing. So I do not mimic and copy a problem from the quiz and then put that on the test. That's not learning. That's not applying your skills of what you've learned in this course. So I want to make sure that you learn the information. So you have to study. So exam problems are based on the concepts from the instructor's lectures, homework assignments, and Webassign, and also the quizzes. Focusing on all of these concepts should guarantee your maximum performance on the exams. Page 11, the attendance policy. For the first week, students must complete in Blackboard a discussion where you must give an introduction of yourself, and then also you must read the academic integrity policy and then write a short statement that you agree to that. And then also for the first week, you must complete at least one assignment in Webassign. I don't mind if that one assignment is my syllabus quiz, which I called a demo test check in Webassign. That's going to help you, by the way, get familiar with how to do the webcam and how to record yourself. And so that's basically what that test is. I do ask some questions that relate to the syllabus. So you would do that for the first week, and I will take attendance every week on the following Monday. Here, the instructions for taking the test demo, the demo test check, and all exams following are here. Students must use Google Chrome for testing. You go into Google, then you go to your Blackboard course, click on Webassign Exams Honor Lock. Click that tab, and that opens up the test folder. You can select then the demo test check. That's for the first week, and you'll find the demo test check in Webassign. You will be prompted for a password for all your exams that you take at home. There will be a password. The password here is given, Honor Lock or 0 for test. If that changes, I will send an email and let you know, and I'll also post that in Blackboard if this password is different. Complete the assessment. If you're testing in the testing center, then you can access the demo test check directly from the Webassign tab in Blackboard. Now you can take that demo test check at home without going to the testing center, but all your other tests, you definitely want to go to the testing center if that's what you choose, the place for you to take your test. If you're taking the demo test check at home, then you won't be able to run the Honor Lock information if your goal is not to use Honor Lock. But you can access the demo test check in Webassign directly without going through that tab that says Webassign Exams Honor Lock. Please note all exams for all students must be accessed through Webassign Exams. So whether you're taking your test at home or in the testing center, everybody's going to click on that one tab. Failure to submit your exam through Honor Lock will result in a 0 for your test grade. If you notice that you did not run Honor Lock, that is that the webcam checks didn't come up, like show your ID and pan the room to show your work on your desk. If you forgot to do that, you can exit the exam without submitting and then log back into Honor Lock and log back into your test without penalty. So do that. If you forget, if there were no webcam checks, just go back and just log out and just log back in. After the first week, students will have to complete 3 assignments in Webassign. One of those assignments can be a discussion, open discussion forum that I have for each chapter that you can click on and you can ask questions, answer questions from your peers. I leave that open for the students. I don't really go into there to check anything. I wish I could, and I do pray that I would have time. Very busy myself with all that we have going on. So, but if there's something pertinent that I need to deal with, you can just email that to me or give me a call, and I'll be happy to work with you. As we go through the syllabus, and this is on page 13, the makeup policy. I don't do makeup exams. So now if you have an official excuse, then I will work with you, okay? the withdrawal policy. There's a date that I have here in the syllabus under the section that's marked important course dates, pages 14, page 15, somewhere around there, where I put in there the last official date to withdraw from the course. I hope you don't. Please talk to me beforehand, and we can maybe work something out if possible. If you have a disability that would prevent your performance in the course, you would need to make contact with the Office of Disability Services, and then also you would have to let me know, and there's a form that you send to me, and or the office would send that to me, but you have to initiate that, and then I will respond to that and work with you. All communication is done through my Calhoun email, so please check your email every week, because I will send information out. And we don't send information to students' personal emails. We send information to you as faculty to students through your Calhoun email. And we use the Outlook email. And so if you have that already, then that's good. My email address, ernest.williams@calhoun.edu. I try to give feedback as fast as I can. We're all busy, and I have family and kids and church work, and then work here at the college, but I would try to respond to you as quick as I can. So that's always my goal. We have a math lab on both campuses, and then we also have the Star Center, and that's a very important place. And so you are welcome to use that. In the syllabus, and I just kind of skipped over it real quick, but there's a phone number to Webassign that you can call, 1-800-955-8275. I believe that's the number. And then here's just my general contact information, or our secretary, Miss Janet Birch. You're welcome to try to get in contact with us, or with her, or with me. The homework is Webassign, but you will go there not going directly to www.webassign.com. You can get there through Blackboard, and I'll show you that in just a moment. The quizzes also are in Blackboard, and then you click on Webassign to go there. Here's a tutorial for getting started with Webassign. Webassign is owned by Cengage Learning, Cengage Publishing. If you haven't bought it yet, you want to buy Cengage Unlimited. Now here's a video, a pretty cool video that you can watch that goes over how to start that. How come that didn't start? That's weird. It's not starting that. Maybe because I'm recording, and so that's not coming up, but it should work for you. And so please watch that video. I am kind of thrown off that it's not working for me. I want to pop that up, but you can just click on that, and that link should work for you. Testing. Again, I go back over the first week, and then I go into more detail. Honor lock instructions. We're going to be using Honor Lock to access your test. Basically, Honor Lock is a service that is provided where when you are testing using your webcam, they are recording, and they're supposed to have a live person there. So if you have any mistakes or glitches with that program, you should be able to reach out to them for assistance. Now, the instructions are given here in terms of how to get started with Honor Lock. It will be associated with each test. And so once you go into the test, and I will show you that Honor Lock will come up, and then they give you choices in terms of making sure that your computer is compatible. Well, here are the instructions, just generic instructions for Honor Lock, and you can read through that. And this information does come up again when you start to test, and I will go there. If not in this video, I will have it in navigating through Blackboard, and I will show you how to access that once we get there. But I'm just going through the syllabus right now. Pretty cool stuff. You can read through that in the syllabus. The syllabus is in Blackboard. Uh, the password for testing at home is honor lock or 0 for the test. In other words, that if there's no video recording, if you're testing at home, then you'll get a 0 for that exam, okay? Now, for the students who are testing in the testing center, you don't worry about the passwords. There's a password, but the testing assistants, they have that. Here are the instructions when you go to test. So in Blackboard, you're going to click on Webassign Exams Honor Lock. If you click on where it says Webassign, then you can go to the test, but it won't be through Honor Lock, and you're going to get a 0. So make sure you click on Webassign Exams Honor Lock. If you forget to do that, you can log out, log back in the right way. For example, you can click on the test. You see the instructions. Click Begin. This is for all students. Now, once you get here, it's going to show you can do launch proctoring for the at-home testing. But if you're, it should be for off-campus testing. For on-campus testing, man, I tell you, I am mud. The test proctor and the testing center will enter their passcode here. That should be for on campus. So there, when the testing center clicks on accessibility, there will be a box that shows up, and the testing center will be able to put in a password. What that's going to do for students who are in the testing center, once the testing center puts that passcode in there, then you won't be charged for honor lock. You go into Webassign, you find the exam that you want. If you're at home, you click on the at-home test. If you're in the testing center, you click on the testing center. They're both the same. It's just that one is for those who are testing at home, and the other is for those who are testing in the testing center. And then make sure that you submit your test there. Submit your answer. If you have a question, if something happens to Webassign, if the answer box doesn't show up, then click where it says ask your teacher, and you can type in your answer. And so I can have your answer. And that is if you're testing at home. If you're in the testing center, you put your work on your scratch paper, and the testing center will mail that to me, and I will mark through that and give you partial credit. At the end of your test, make sure that you submit in Webassign. So save assignment progress, save and submit. Wherever it has submit, you make sure that you hit all those buttons. Make sure it may be a couple of those buttons there. There may be a sign, a signature tab there in Blackboard. You fill that out. The main submission is in Webassign. You make sure you do that, because if you don't submit in Webassign, your test will not come through, and I won't have anything. And then students think, oh, the instructor gave me a 0, and I didn't. The computer will do that. It'll zap out itself, and it won't save your work if you didn't submit it. So make sure you submit. If there's a timer up there, you must submit your exam before the time runs out. If not, it may just erase all your information if you don't submit before the time winds down on you. For students taking exams off campus, just give some requirements there for what you need to know. We are using Google Chrome to go through your test. Honor Lock, for some reason, it works better with Chrome and not the other browser. So why that is, I don't know. Make sure on this page that you read through the instructions in terms of the formula sheets, and that varies per course. So if it's Calculus 1 or 2 or 3, then you can use the formula sheet for certain exams. This is, I think, the Calculus 1 syllabus. So how to pay for Honor Lock, we have instructions here on these pages, page 29, 30, based on your course syllabus. For students taking their exams on campus, the locations I have here, if you're in Decatur or if you're in Huntsville, the locations, the instructions for that, and then also their phone numbers to make sure that you verify their times of availability. They have a policy that no test is given 1 hour prior to closing, so you want to make sure you know what time they're going to close. Don't trust my hours here. You want to get in contact directly with the testing center, or you can look the information up on Calhoun's web page. When you have scratch paper, if you're taking your test in the testing center, you want to make sure that you put your name, the course name, like just MTH 125 .wo1 or what have you, so I know who you are and what class you're in. And state the test. Just say test 1 or whatever. It's just proper instructions for heading your work. If you don't have that information, I have several classes that I teach online. If I don't know who you are and just I see a name, I don't know what class you're in, I'm not going to grade that work. So make sure you put that information the way I have it outlined here. And then here at the end of the syllabus, toward the end, we have information concerning the academic integrity policy. Just no cheating. And we know what that is, and I hope that you don't, but just be honest and truthful and be a person of integrity. I want you to go through in Blackboard and write that statement that you pledge to be a person of integrity, that you will not use other websites, information to try to help you test while you're testing. And so you want to be honest and fair. And all that information is there. And at the end of the syllabus, there will be a page where I have the formulas. This is just for Calculus 1. There's a different one for Calculus 2 and a different one for Calculus 3, okay? So I hope that does it. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Thank you.